What is crowd control?
What is crowd control?
These poor ladies have been losing sleep trying to figure out the answer to this age-old question. So let's do something about that. Greetings fellow mages, Exalt here, bringing you another Magic Manastrike video. In today's video, we're going to talk about one of the mechanics that makes a strategy game in the first place. I'm talking about crowd control. So without further delay, let's jump right into it and start with crowd control's textbook definition. Crowd control, or CC for short, is a term used to describe an ability or spell that temporarily reduces a unit's ability to fight. Now, I'd like to underline the term temporarily here because crowd control does not necessarily delete or destroy any units, but it may lead to that. Unlike Star of Extinction or Ratchet Bomb, which are cards that deal direct damage, CC effects simply prevent creatures and planeswalkers from doing what they're supposed to be doing. Effects which include stun, slow, freeze, knockback, pushback, confuse, all of these are considered to be crowd control effects. And now that we know what crowd control is, I'm going to share to you my top picks for the cards in Magic Manastrike which I feel have the best CC effects. We're going to take a look at Planeswalkers, creatures, and also spell cards. Now currently there are no building cards that have CC effects. Please correct me if I'm wrong, put that down in the comments down below. Without further delay, let's jump right into it. We'll kick things off with a few honorable mentions and then I'll share to you my top pick. Let's start with the category Planeswalkers. Also, just a quick reminder, we're evaluating the cards, planeswalkers, creatures, and spells based on their CC effect and not necessarily the overall value of the card. Alright, let's jump right into our first honorable mention. Coming in at number 3, we have Gideon Jura. Gideon has the unique ability to taunt his opponents and then stun them afterwards, while allowing his creatures to make short work of his opponents. Taking the number 2 spot is Will Kenrith of the Rowan and Will duo. This planeswalker can turn any creature or other planeswalkers into a living ice lolly, whether they're walking, on the ground, or flying in the air. And taking the top spot for the planeswalker with the best CC ability is no other than your boy, Dovin Baan. Dovin Baan can cause an entire mob of planeswalker and creatures to stop on their tracks by allowing them to suffer a lowered attack speed and lowered movement speed. Let's show you exactly how that works. In this clip, we can see that the bottom tower is being swarmed by the River Demon and Tezzeret together with a bunch of other creatures. But with Dovin Baan's ability, all of them become slow, and the threat was quickly dispersed. Next up, we're taking a look at the creature cards. Only one color rules them all when it comes to the creatures with the best CC, so sit back and relax and watch this blue countdown. Starting at number 3. The Icefall Dragon, also known as the Icefall Regent, will prevent enemies from advancing by applying a slow and eventually freezing the attacked enemy, placing them in a state of ice, which will eventually lead to their fall. At number 2, we have Wave Crash Triton. This merfolk creature puts the crash in Wave Crash, simultaneously dealing damage to ground creatures and pushing them back to make room for your advancing units. And taking the top spot for Magic Manastrike's best creature card with CC is none other than the granddaddy of them all, the Sphinx of the Final Word. Nothing can make a mage's heart sink faster than seeing his creatures and planeswalker destroy each other because of the confusing ability of the Sphinx of the Final Word. So you think you have the last say? Well, guess what? This Sphinx has the final word. Let's take a look at his abilities in action. In this clip, we can see that the Wave Crash Triton and Dovin Baan are trying to harass the top lane. So I'm going to defend the top tower using the Sphinx of the Final Order, and its hex ability is so powerful that the Wave Crash Triton and Dovin Baan are still hitting each other like crazy even though they've teleported to the other side. If this was Season 1, Core Entangler would have certainly taken the crown with its hook and stun ability, but Season 2 brought nerfs, and now the new King of the Hill is none other than the Sphinx of the Final Word. We are down to our last category, and this time we're going to take a look at the spell cards. There are plenty of spell cards available in Magic Manastrike that have crowd control effects. My honorable mention will include Shock for its ability to stun. Hysterical Blindness for its ability to confuse opponents for a very long period of time. Overrun for its amazing knockback effect. But the one spell card that really takes the cake is Circle of Pain. Also known as Circle of Affliction, there is no other circle that's as painful as this one. Its description might say that it's going to slow opponents for a short duration, but that short duration feels like an eternity to any player. Whether you're going to use it offensively or defensively, if you can add a Circle of Pain onto your deck, I bet you would. And that about wraps up our list. What do you think about the list? Do you agree? Disagree? Make sure to let me know in the comments down below. If you made it this far in the video, I'd like to thank you. Please consider giving the video a thumbs up and even subscribing to the channel and help it grow. I'm going to leave you with one last video where you can see plenty of crowd control effects being used. And as usual, I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Catch you in the next one. Exalt signing off. Peace.
Fine.